There's no reason why we can't come together and find a sensible way to reduce the deficit over the long term without affecting vital services, without hurting families.
President Obama calling for cooperation from Congress to avoid sequestration, and a bill being introduced in the Senate could give him power to make spending cuts. Good evening, everyone. I'm Renata Steele. Thanks for joining us here on the late edition in high definition. We have continuing coverage tonight of the upcoming sequestration deadline and how it could impact our area. Tonight, WENY-TV News Washington correspondent Ted Fioraliso has reaction from our Northern Tier lawmakers.
Shame on the White House. This is scare tactics 101.
That's Republican Congressman Glenn Thompson's reaction to the 7-page White House report on the effects sequestration would have on Pennsylvania. In it, the Obama administration claims Republicans are, quote, forcing our children, seniors, troops, military families, and the entire middle class to bear the burden of deficit reduction.
Sequestration is about finding $85 billion in wasteful spending, overspending, misdirected spending, out of a $3 trillion budget. If we can't find $85 billion in wasteful spending, then we might as well just turn out the lights and walk away.
Right now, the country is poised to hit sequestration on Friday, as the Republican-led House has not made any recent moves to avoid it. The GOP's stance is they already passed 2 bills out of the House last year to help cut the deficit.
We should not have to move a third bill before the Senate gets off their ass and begins to do something.
And now it looks like the Senate is doing something.
I think it's really important that we have the savings. But it's true that we could do it in a more sensible fashion.
Senator Pat Toomey has introduced a bill that would give President Obama the power to make the $85 billion in cuts.
He can go to his agency heads and say, okay, your budgets have been growing and growing and growing recently. This year, it's going to be a little less. I want you to find for me the least important spending.
Toomey says he's hopeful he'll have broad support for his bill, but whether or not it can pass the full Senate and House by Friday remains to be seen. Meanwhile, Congressman Thompson has this message for his constituents about the impending sequestration deadline.
It's not the end of the world. I would hope the agencies, the directors of agencies, the senior leadership and agencies that have responsibility for implementing those cuts will be smart about it.
In Washington, I'm Ted Fioraliso.